In obituary news this morning, Shirley Faye Morgan, age 82, died February 16th at her residence. Gravesite service will be held Friday at 2 o'clock from Green Hill Cemetery in Childersburg with Reverend Frank Thomas officiating. Curtis & Son Funeral Home, Childersburg Chapel directing. Funeral service for Vicki Lowe will be Friday at 2 o'clock in Curtis & Son North with burial in the Talladega Springs Cemetery. Visitation for Vicki will be tomorrow from 12 until 2 at Curtis & Son. Vicki was a former policeman with the Sylacauga Police Department. She passed away at her residence on February the 16th. Patricia Hogue, age 70 of Talladega, died February 14th. Visitation for Patricia will be Saturday from noon until 2 at Curtis & Son North, with a funeral service to follow at 2, with burial in the Tallahatchie Cemetery. Patricia retired from Coosa Valley Co-op and served as president of the Ribbons of Hope Cancer Foundation. In lieu of flowers, contribution in Patricia's memory may be made to Ribbons of Hope Foundation, Inc., 800 Shelton Shores Drive, Talladega, Alabama, 35160, or online at ribbonsofhopeal.org. Fond memories and expressions of sympathy may be shared at curtisonfh.com. Curtis & Son Funeral Home, North Chapel directing. Mr. Bobby Ray Crump Jr. died February 10th. In lieu of flowers, memorial contribution can be made to the Alabama Institute for Deaf and Blind in Talladega. Condolences may be offered online at urseryfuneralhome.com. Ursery Funeral Home in Pell City in charge of the arrangements. In other obituary news this morning, Patricia Delaney, age 67, died February the 16th. A memorial service will be held at Ohatchee Church of Christ on Friday at 4 p.m. In lieu of flowers, the family has requested donation be made to the National Kidney Foundation. Online condolences may be offered at urseryfuneralhome.com. Ursery Funeral Home in Talladega in charge of the arrangements. Graveside service for Mrs. Maude Sarah Garrett, age 97, is Saturday at New Maryland Church Cemetery with the Reverend Eric D. Richardson and the Reverend Flora Alexander officiating. Visitation will be held at Terry's Mortuary Chapel Friday from 2 until 7, and Mount Zion CME Church on Saturday from 10 until 11. In lieu of flowers, donation can be made in her memory to the Mount Zion CME Church, Terry's Metropolitan Mortuary in Talladega, in charge of the arrangements. Funeral arrangements for Richard L. Gross, age 63 of Lincoln, will be announced by S.M. Goodson Funeral Home and Crematory in Talladega. Mr. Gross died February the 16th. Miss Tammy Thomas, age 44 of Lincoln, died on Monday. S.M. Goodson Funeral Home in Talladega announcing the arrangements. And funeral arrangements for Mrs. Linda Turner, age 64 of Munford. They'll be announced as well by S.M. Goodson Funeral Home and Crematory in Talladega. Graveside service for the Reverend Leonard Raglan Wright will be 1 o'clock Tuesday, February the 23rd. That'll be held at Holy Hill Church Cemetery in Lincoln. Bishop Truss will officiate the service. And Sims Funeral Service in Talladega in charge of the arrangements. This obituary report this morning brought to you by Curtis & Son Funeral Home, the North Chapel on Highway 21 in Sylacauga, and the Childersburg Chapel on Highway 280 in Childersburg. For free need, funerals, burials, and cremation since 1975. Curtis & Son Funeral Home, Sylacauga, Childersburg.